Care to share your race,
So,
ethnicity,
mm,
or nationality?
for sure. So I'm Liberian, Monrovian, and I guess if it really broke it down, like my parents are Pele and Loma, so it's like two different tribes in Africa and Liberia. But I didn't even know until like when I was like a teen that like Liberia was pretty much like former slaves from America who went back and pretty much colonized their like own people technically in that area and created Liberia. So it's pretty much like established off of African Americans from here. And that was a little switch up because especially when you're growing up in a different country but you're born somewhere else, like you always have to deal with the bullshit of like people not liking you, not fitting in, trying to not to stand out, but you do stand out because you're different, you sound different, and I didn't realize all that, and that identity issue was also because of that. Like, and then later on in life, I kind of just gained more of my confidence as a teen because I'm like, so the whole time, like, you're hating on me, but we're pretty much the damn same. Like, the fuck? But yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah.
And what's the main language you speak at this point?
I speak mostly English, but like I still understand like when people speaking to me with the accent and stuff. But I still got my accent too, so I just don't really use it unless I'm like around family or like friends and shit like that. So, yeah.
So, just for clarification, do you speak any other languages aside from English?
I mean, a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. French a little bit. Spanish I suck at, but I be trying to hold my own. Japanese I took in high school. That was fun, but I never really stuck with it to like keep it fluent. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
The knowledge you have in French and Spanish, how did you learn that?
So French was in middle school, and I did that because I wanted to like take a language class, and my siblings were taking Spanish at the time, so I was like sneaking Spanish and like trying to help them with their homework and they're older than me, so it was funny. I used to try to help them with their homework and try to learn at the same time, and after I would do my French homework, so that was how I was trying to like be a little bit more ahead of everybody. But yeah.
And Spanish?
Spanish, pretty much self-taught. Like I said, I was like trying to sneak in some lessons, and then it was pretty much like walks of life friends. And I had a best friend in like freshman year of high school. Like we started breakdancing together, and like Ricky was my nigga. Like, but he spoke Spanish with his family all the time, so I was trying to learn it because like his parents' sake, and trying to like impress his mom, who used to cook for us after like our little like dance sessions and shit. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. But now it's just like self-taught. The drop app, get that. I'm telling you, the drop app, that shit gonna get you right. I'm getting a little bit better because of it, so I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, for real.
So, technically speaking, how many grades did you end up taking of French language and how many grades of the Japanese language?
French, I think, was like, I want to say 2 semesters, like, or like, yeah, 2 semesters, like, it wasn't even that long. It was just like middle school. And then Spanish, barely any. I haven't even taken a lesson really. But Japanese, I did it all 4 years of high school, and I should have taken the trip because I would have changed everything, but I didn't.
What was the decision making into not going on that trip
Like
back then?
every other decision on not taking trips as a kid, like the parents feeling like my child's gonna die. I ain't gonna send him to no camp. He finna die. Like Christian camp, they're afraid of sending you there. You finna die. Like everybody afraid of their kids dying. I don't know why. Like it's like supervised. They don't give you all this information. Emergency contact. Nah, they ain't trusting that shit. So like even like school trips to go to like visit colleges and shit, I didn't get to do that shit because my parents were like, no, I don't feel comfortable. What if something happens to you? I'm about to be grown as hell. Come on, man.
So, you were down to go to Japan, your parents were not.
Yeah, like they didn't want me to do anything that like I could get hurt type shit. But I was always taking risks. Like I'm sneaking out, staying out late, shit. Yeah.
And what grade in middle school do you end up taking those 2 semesters of French language class?
I want to say like it was like 6th or 7th grade. I think it was 6th grade.
And care to share the middle school you attended back in those days and the high school as well?
Oh man, shit. All right, so it started off as Pillsbury Middle School, and then Yeah, I think that was it. And then from Pillsbury Middle School, I went to Sandburg Middle School. And Sandburg was where I took the French class, Sandburg Middle School in Golden Valley. Shout out to everybody who went there because I was fired before they changed that shit over to a learning center. But from there, I went to Armstrong High School in Plymouth, Minnesota. And that's where I took the Japanese. And that was where I made a lot of my friends. And I mean, we all fell out, but fuck it. It was a fun time.
Why the two middle schools there?
It was because I moved. So I started off at at Pillsbury Middle School, but it's like an elementary middle school. So it was like once you cross into fifth grade, that was it. So I transitioned to Sandburg Middle School because we moved, and I wasn't in that district anymore. And then I just stayed there for like 3 years, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Yeah.
Now, was French language class or Japanese language class a requirement or an elective back in those days?
More like an elective. You didn't have to take a language class, but for me, like I was already interested growing up in like drawing and art and dancing. Like I said, freshman year of high school, like that's when I really started like breakdancing. So I'm like taking everything that comes my way, like an opportunity to just layer up and being like better than everybody in every way, like mentally being able to speak different languages, the places I want to go visit, and just even if I go into college and I can't find something I like, well, I at least know how to speak certain languages. I can give myself a groovy job and just be cool and shit. But yeah, that was my motivation, man. Just trying to be ahead of everybody.
And did you take those language classes serious back in those days? Whether it was French or
Yeah.
Japanese, did you try to learn those languages? Did you
I
try to give it an
tried.
honest shot?
I ain't gonna lie, I tried. Like shit. Even if I had to cheat a little bit, I ain't gonna lie, I tried. But back then you couldn't really cheat, so you had to really just drill that shit into you. Like I'm talking about reading the books, the shades drawn, you know what I'm saying? It's dark in that room, you got the light on, you playing like serenading music or something, like you gotta just get that shit drilled in you. Cause it was like so many different ways of language structures that aren't foreign to you that you just, if you don't take the time and dedication, you couldn't even get it. So I didn't even have time to cheat back then. Like college is different though. You can cheat as much as you want in college. You're gonna get that B plus, bare minimum C plus. So don't worry, but you can't do that in middle school. Especially in high school, the teachers walking down every aisle, like looking at you, like, oh man. Nah, this one dude tried to actually like cheat one time, and his ass was crying when he got caught. His whole life was over. But yeah, don't cheat in college. Cheat.
What ended up happening to that person that cheated in college?
Oh no, this was in college. This was in high school.
Oh, in high school.
Yeah, going up
Excuse
and
me.
down the miles. He just got caught with the paper out. And he had the answers on his sleeve, so it was too late. But it was a final too. Like, why are you cheating on the final? Take your L. I took my L. I still passed the class. I mean, shit, just do what you got to do, but not in high school.
Do you know what ended up happening to him?
Yeah, he didn't pass, and he had to take the class again. But he wanted to take the class again, so it kind of still worked out for him because he didn't feel like he learned much. So, but yeah.